and take in a little of the decent weather. It was sunny. The sun's on its way over the horizon, and we're not long till dusk. But until then, I figured, well, what the heck? A little time. Had a nice dinner with my mother, and now it was very stuffy in the house. So I figured, all right, come outside, get some air, chill out, hang out for 10, maybe 15 minutes, and see how long the battery lasts. Because, hey, Benito. A glorious Thursday. How are things going for you? No, wait, it's not Thursday, it's Friday. Wow, it just goes quick, doesn't it? Oh, it was very hot inside my house, so I figured I'd come out here and I'd stream for like 10, 15 minutes. Because I had a good day. I bumped up 2 subscribers, and then I came back from dinner and they were gone. And I was like, well, what the heck? Talk about impulse not buying. And that's not buying, not snot buying, because no one wants to buy a big bag of snot, as far as I know. I'm all right. I'm well fed. Thank goodness for that. I didn't eat from like 9:30. I figured I was going on a short fast. And so I made it from 9:30 to 5:30 before I ate again. I know, right? And it was that little snowman, too. I'm going to get that snowman. I was all right. But, so yeah, that happened. And then I got plants from my mother as well. Yeah, let me show you. She's been growing these. They're supposed to be hostas. And so I guess they're supposed to flower, but boy, they're slow growing, as opposed to those red ones. Those red ones are rescued those from last year. Those are awesome. So yeah, that was kind of so I've been hanging out here with my plants, taking in the breeze, and wondering ever so often, how are we ever going to get through this the next few years? I love nature. That's one of those things where it's just like, if no matter all the politics and all the stuff that people do, you come out here and you'll see a bird or a squirrel or a rabbit, and it makes you think, okay, well, we're not alone in this. There's a lot of different creatures. It makes you feel smaller, and that's kind of a good thing, because we're not the end-all, be-all. We exist within nature, and so it's nice to remember it all kind of goes on its own. I mean, it's just my thoughts. I mean, what do I know? True wisdom is knowing I'm a buffoon, so... But still, I like to come out here and enjoy it. And now that all my flowers are starting to come up and everything's in the next month, it's gonna be beautiful out here. I mean, it's already nice. But I guess you could say I'm greedy. I'm greedy for more flower power. Go figure. Who would be greedy for flowers? What a ridiculous sentiment. And yet, here I am. And you can hear all the traffic in the background. Or maybe you can't. I can hear it. All the motorcycles. Bring, bring. I find it amusing that all of the Japanese and the Chinese motorcycles sound exactly like the name on the bikes. It's like Kawasaki, Suzuki. They have the sound of their names. And I don't understand the anti-muffler either, which is where it's It's a mix between birds and traffic. Good job, birds. Cover up that traffic noise. That's nice. It's almost like a little bit of paradise that lasts for like 2 minutes at a time. Oh, so that was, and I'm really surprised. It's all coming together slowly but surely. There's a lot of. Let me show you this. I got this big tree, which was never supposed to be there. Somehow managed to root right next to my door. I got the little candy cane wrap. So at night you actually get a. See how far I can go before it starts yelling at me. I don't know if you can see that. It says, can I go any closer? It says, smile, you're on camera. I'm like, well, I know. I'm the man with the camera. I'm kind of hoping they let the dogs out so I can show the dogs off. Oh, let's see what's going on over here. Got a little. It's kind of like a workstation of sorts. And then the pots that are ultimately going to be segregated and filled up. We're filming them, filming us. That was one of the best things about the Renaissance Fair, was that one kid had the same exact camera that I have, and he comes up, but I beat him to the punch, and I'm like, hey, are you filming? Do you have a YouTube channel? He goes, yeah. And I go, well, that's awesome. I have a YouTube channel. And we got acquainted, and we worked together after that. That was pretty cool. And he was filming me, filming him, filming me. And so it was, it was a good time. I don't want to walk away too far. It's all right, I suppose. What am I? I'm kind of killing time because Legendary Sparky's at work, and he won't be out until 10. So ordinarily I have the thumbnails all lined out and stuff like that, but I'm like, yeah, I'll just do this spontaneous. Clouds, but at least it's not pouring yet. We're gonna get a lot of rain over a few days, so it says, because the weather people, they know what's going on. And that's good for the plants, but bad for the video. I was supposed to shoot some other stuff today, and it didn't come to fruition. But hey, more days yet. Put you on the stand. Oh, there we go. So, oh, you're gonna feel a little pinch in your butt there. There you go. Rain there for the past 3.5 days. Well, again, necessary for plants, but kind of sucks when you gotta sit inside and listen to it all pouring down. Turn that up. A little more light. How about that? A little more. Oh, that's a lot more light. That'll do. That'll do her. Oh, And I got some pseudo good news. I guess they're trying to get legislation through to actually combat the move that Spotify made with the music. So they're going to actually they're actually pushing for a living wage for people who've actually created stuff. And I think that's fabulous. I doubt that it'll get anywhere because, that's the best t-shirt ever made. I laughed, when I decided that was going to be the name of the album. I'm sitting there in bed and I'm going, all right, what am I going to call it? And then I'm like, oh, well, I want people to come along. So we'll do come. And then the dirty part of me said, yeah, you take a picture of a dumpster. They'll put it together. That's funny. And I thought it was. Hey, Beefy Daddy. Good to see you, Beefy. Beefy Daddy. It's, there we go. Oh, no commercials. That way I can actually see what I'm doing over there. I'll even give myself a little like. Because I like my own stuff. Why not? I'm awesome. I like me. I know it's kind of I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But I'm some people's cup of tea. I'm not even quite sure what that expression means. If someone's cup of, have a cuppa. That's how the English say it, right? A cuppa. Come on in, have a cuppa. A cup of what? Cup of tea. Get that all set. And I have something I'm looking forward to. Beefy Daddy. A cup of Kevin tea. Would you like a cup of Kevin tea? It's not Earl Grey and it's not chamomile. A cup of Kevin tea? What? Huh? These they're just words, man. Don't. Everything's good. Just breathe into, out to your mouth. Everything's fine. We're just here, just chilling out. I'm this boring. Hey, they can't all be showstoppers. That's 10 p.m. tonight. That's when the legendary Sparky comes in. You think it's boring now? You should have been there this afternoon. It was like 2 people. There was nothing going on. Jelly the excellent. Jelly the J excellent. Hello, Jelly the J excellent. Ooh. Yeah, it's more. I agree, Beefy Daddy. It's more fun when you get a full room and everyone's going crazy. I can't help that though. People come if they want to come. I mean, you can stimulate them all you want, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna come. See what I did there? Panito's got it. How's the wife? You asking me how's the wife? I don't have a wife. I haven't had a wife for 20 years. The wife wasn't very good to me. The wife brought her new boyfriend into my house and then sat on his lap and said, yeah, I've been thinking about leaving you for a while because I got married to you because I was afraid of being alone and I didn't think I'd find anything better. True story. So that's, that's how the wife thing went. And I'm not doing that. I think it's very unlikely I'll ever get married again. It would have to be someone who's going to rock who's Judy? Aunt Judy? My Aunt Judy she's my aunt, and she doesn't like when I do the AI stuff with my own face because she says it's creepy. So that's who Aunt Judy is. But she's not my wife. I don't have a wife. I had one long ago, back when I was young young and fit and fiddle, and it was a decent run. So so now you have the backstory. You have some information about who I actually am. Some of the trials and tribulations, because we all go through trials and tribulations. I'm sure you, Jelly the J Excellent, have trials and tribulations and things you have to handle and deal with that you don't want to. But you know what? I believe in you, and I think you should believe in you too. You'll get through it. Said hi, Joshua Finley. How the heck are you, Joshua? Thank you for joining the channel. This was kind of a last minute. Let's put it together. Let's go. Let's turn on the camera. We got a barn. We got some costumes. Let's make a show. And so you just walked in on that pseudo show. Glad you did, though. Your love life sounds complicated, but you can get there. Well, it's not complicated because I don't have one. I've stopped pursuing women altogether. I've essentially red-pilled and said, okay, I'm kind of all set. Someone wants to put some effort into it. There's still a way in, but it's going to take a lot of effort that I don't think most people are willing to do. But it's nice of you to ask, I used to have a love life. I used to have a lust life. But that's all right. You can get by without that stuff sometimes. And I like to think I'm strolling along. I got my T-shirt. I got my podcast. What can I ask for? Well, how about a nice cup of piss? It's iced tea. It's just how old do I look? Well, I mean, we all need each other. No man is an island. No man or woman is an island. We need other people in our lives, and we depend on other people. We are social creatures. But I look 70. Wow, boy, I guess the camera ages me. Terrible. But I used to chase it, and now I just don't chase it anymore. I'm just like, I got my own stuff to do, and Hey, Steve Cutler live. It's messed up that I don't chase girls anymore? I thought it was just like time. I'm like, okay, I had my fun. I ate at the trough. And and so I mean, I regret how a lot of it ended, but things end and you get out, you move on and you try to enrich yourself. Oh, you flatter me, Steve. I'm all right. I just got back from my mother. She cooked me steak on the grill. That was very nice. And I know that's not your bag. You went vegan, right? So you can't do that. But I ate flesh. And I got to hang out with my mother, which was important. Because, you only get this time once. It was. It was quite on point. And, I felt bad because I missed your morning stream that other day. I've been trying to get to all your stuff, but you're airing kind of like I'm airing, which is sometimes you're doing it spontaneous. Like this one wasn't scheduled at all. I was hot because it's very hot in here and it's cool outside. So I went outside to start streaming and then I ended up in here. Wow. And that's the thing. That's like the artist thing. Oh, and I heard something that might apply to you, Steve. Because I guess they're trying to pass an act, unlikely as it's going to get through, but you never can tell, that are going to help, that's going to really help musicians who are on the platforms, who are on like Spotify and Pandora and all that stuff. And so what they're going to do is the government's going to like make sure that if they're in there and if anyone plays a song, that the service has to pay them a living wage on top of it, or some sort of variation thereof. And that was there's this lawyer girl on YouTube, and she talks about the music industry all the time from a lawyer's point of view, which is very dry, but sometimes informative. So there is hope for those of us musicians out there. Although I consider myself an artist first, a musician like third. because everyone else is better than I am at music, and actually, technically, everyone's better than I am at art. But that's all right. I'm a jack off of all trades. That's dirty. Yeah, it is. So yeah, I mean, what was it? And I waited last night. I was in your stream last night, and then and you had a pretty good room going, and so I was there. I was there right to the end. But as soon as you stopped streaming, me and Sparky jumped on, and it's been it was an interesting night. Love your paintings, bruh. Well, some of them are all right. I mean, art is subjective. You get some. Ugh. And I've like to think that I've gotten better, but you know, again, I ain't cutting any deals with Sotheby's or anything like that. But I am setting up the show, which I think I discussed a little with you. Is I want to not only I want to set up my show, I want to get a bunch of people to play out there while the show is up, and then film at the same time. Because then it's, you know, it's an event. So that's the that's kind of the plan. So I've been watching the weather, and when I know we're gonna get like 4 clear days in a row, I'm gonna set all that. I'm gonna set all that up, and then I'm gonna really start sending the word out. And I've been having such a good run in regards to my sub rate going up because I've been doing those multiple streams. I think the algorithm's going, hey, he must be serious about that. I think they're sending me out a little bit, which might be optimistic, but you'll bring speakers and junk? I think I showed you. We got a mixer, we got an amp, we got speakers left, right, and center. So we're although if you're gonna bring the looper, I'm sure you get all that stuff. You got a kit. The kit so you can get that and as that's playing, make it loud. Backup speakers. All right. I gotta fix my mother's speakers. Damn it, I forgot about that today. She's got speakers that go on the outside of her house, and they stopped working. And I figure, well, wires don't really degrade. So I got to go up there and troubleshoot that. I like to use my 15 and a horn for Welch and my little one for guitars. For a horn. I didn't know you played trumpet or a horn. Or is that a saying that I'm not accustomed to? Is like a horn something else? You're just horny? Wow. See, that's the whole bit about me being red-pilled. It's a euphemism. I want to broadcast my horn. I want to broadcast it loud. Hey, that wasn't noise. That was semen. I had a couple euphemism once. I couldn't quite get it down. Come on, that's not half bad. It's big, bright, and shiny. People like to look at the big, bright, and shiny stuff. Oh, so there's so many pots. I don't want to take on any more. Not half bad, but also bad and not shiny. I see you've met some of my exes. Of course you have. You know quite a few of them. I don't know if I describe any of them as shiny. All right, Benito. I appreciate we will not behave. Of that, I promise you. And hopefully we will see you around the 10 o'clock show. And if not, well, I'll see you when I see you. Please May you have more laughter than tears. Benito's been on board for, God, it must be over a year now. Because I only started the streaming stuff when I got a little before I got monetized. And that's when I learned about the vertical stream, which is obviously what I'm on now. And that was really where things started to pick up. And then Benito and a bunch of other people got on board pretty quick, but they've been on for like years. It's amazing how years can go by that quickly. And now I know all those people. It's been significant and a little bizarre in that it doesn't seem organic, but it's working. So I got my first YouTube payment this month. Well, not of all time, but my first one this year. And it was like $115, which is peanuts. But still, it was something. So I kind of felt like, all right, I'm not raking in the big bucks, but I'm making money doing video. So what's my most popular video title? It's Painting Vagina. I swear to God, that's not a lie. 131,000 views for me painting a vagina in jest. That was it. It was me talking about Georgia O'Keeffe was an American artist, and she painted pictures of flowers. And she commented later in her career that when she went back and looked over her body of work, they all looked like vaginas because they kind of look like, flowers and vaginas, a little similar. No, it was not. It was not gaping. In fact, it was a freshly shaved, very clean vagina. It was. There was no smell to it either because I put a little cologne on there, so it has that odor when you walk by the painting. Yes, painting, and then I want to say like 2 years ago, it just started taking off, and I'm like, I don't understand it, but yay! This was before I was monetized. And it went to 131, and I'm just like, I don't understand it. It was stupid. It was like a 14-year-old humor, but it did it. Yeah, that fish smell, that's right around the corner. We got tuna breeze. It's definitely tuna breeze. Well, yes, there's that. But the one I painted was definitely, there was less stamen, more, less semen, more stamen. No, something like that. It's the Loud grocery store. I like that little grocery store. They moved right down the road, and that's where I get my bean sprouts because I don't just eat meat. I eat green stuff too. More overly less stamen. Keep your stamen to yourself, you bastard. Yeah. Now, wait, when did you get to Norwich? I'm gonna guess I was out of the picture for 15 years. So it must have been somewhere in that 15 years. How many years have you been in Norwich now? In 2019, so right before the pandemic. So you're going on, what, 5-6 years there? And do you find it's a better happening place, or is it just kind of like I've never lived in Norwich. I'm not sure what it's like to live in Norwich. Norwich doesn't necessarily frighten me per se. Not like Willimantic. No, not Willimantic. Not like New Haven. New Haven's scary as hell. Way better. Left to right. I see. I don't want to talk about this on broadcast, but at some point we're gonna have to get the story of how everything, it came together, it fell apart, and then it came together again, and then the world blew up, and it's just so much stuff has happened. I'm hoping. I'm strangely enough, I'm actually kind of looking forward to that, which is kind of odd because I don't really project out. But it's there are questions. I have so many questions, and although I don't mind being what's the word? I mean, it's not like anyone's technically even in here aside from you and me, really, at this point. And then maybe we could set the record straight from another point of view. Like I saw the video that you were talking about. They did the little tribute, and A, it really wasn't terribly good. B, they don't have any subs. They didn't really get any views on it. And I'm like, really? If that's, I mean, the gala was a better legacy, I thought, in regards to, you want to talk about, like, they didn't cover anything. Oh, I'm sure there were. But, it's funny, after the fact, I started getting word back to me where it would trickle back, like things whispered would trickle back to me, and I'd be like, that can't be right. But in the end, it was. I didn't realize for all those years I was the spoiled little rich kid. I didn't realize that was being whispered, and then Evie let that one break, and I'm like, what? And I guess that was the big thing, is that despite the fact that I was showing up to all the gigs and recording, and really, I thought I was being good, I thought I was being supportive, but yeah, they can't do that. They just can't. I mean, I never really had a problem with John. He seemed a nice enough guy, but I never like close to him. That was, and and Doug is kind of the same sort of thing. I'm like, he was all right, but I was never like close to him either. And then, but I mean, you put a decade in. You were up there in Providence when I first met you guys face to face, and you had come to Providence to see what I was doing, and that's when I had offered to do the music videos for you guys. And yeah. Oh, Chris Andrews. And so, you can't erase all those years. You just can't. I mean, history is what history was. And I mean, well, it's all good either way. But sometimes it helps to reflect upon things to put them back into a proper perspective. Because as you well know, I have my issues as well. But there were things that were said that I didn't realize, that I didn't realize was going on after the point. So it's kind of, it's funny to I feel like now I'm going to actually hear the truth after all this time. The truth is out there. I'm going to find out. Damn it. And what will that give you? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of closure in its own way. It's see, it's a funny thing, but again, they can't do it. And yeah, and I think a little closure would be nice. There are a lot of things that I kind of wish I could have gotten off my chest that I didn't, because, my mother tells me, don't lie, don't steal, be nice. The be nice thing catches me all the time because I tend to be too nice. And then people take advantage of that. And so I'm a little more, what's the word? A little more guarded nowadays, for whatever that's worth. But do you have any more streams tonight? Do you got anything going on today or tomorrow? Because I'm there. I'm gonna get you those watch hours, man. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna do my part. Where's the brick and basil? That's the 21st of June. We'll have the car. I can still get it. The 21st of June. Brick and basil is. It's in Norwich. Well, that's not too far. If I have access. Brick and basil on the. What did you say? 21st. See, I got my calendar. This means it'll happen. What time does that show start? Across the street from what, Ilianos? I don't know what Ilianos. I'm not from Norwich. I don't know where everything is. It's with Johnny Provo, not John Nealand. Yeah, that's a little out of his range, I would think. That must have been, I'm not going to dwell. 8 p.m. All right, good. 8 p.m. in Norwich at the Brick and Basil. And I'll see what I can get from that. I mean, it's gonna be. I'm hoping that we get to see each other before then, though, because, like, I'm thinking somewhere in the next couple of weeks, we're bound to catch a little bit of nice weather. And currently, what does it say currently? Even though it changes all the time. Weather. Yeah, it looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to be really nice this week. And so that generally flips on over. Oh, good. And we're starting to get into 80s. Yes. Waiting for 80-degree weather. And then I'm sure I'll be very happy to put my air conditioner back in. All excited. Ah, shit. I got to put the air conditioner. It's strange how that works. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. There's stuff going on. I'm gonna keep close eye on the weather. Joshua Finley said hi. Said hi. I don't think I understand the $200 a month more. Hey, Toto! Thank you so much for yesterday. Oh, for the AC. Yeah. Oh, you guys have a different electric company down there too. They're like separate from EverSource. So they must jack it. Summer humidity for flowers. The flowers, it's going to be beautiful in a couple weeks. You wait and see. You mark my words. The flowers are going to be extraordinary in a few weeks. Ah. Not sure what that was. Ah. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. Toto was nice enough to tip me like $19.99 yesterday. And that really, boy, you want to talk about, whew, that was nice. I really appreciated that. It's now that I can get the occasional super chat and that people are starting to sign up for memberships and stuff like that. It's not really in my nature to ask people to, I don't like selling people. I've never been good at that. That's why I didn't want to be on the door. I don't want to have to ask people for money. But now, field flowers, who complains? I don't complain. I don't think the flowers complain. That's what I like about them. They keep their little flower mouths shut. You gotta make sure those flowers stay in their place. You don't want their stamens everywhere. You don't want that ovarian goo all over you. That's ridiculous. I'm a ridiculous man, though. And that's okay. So, here's how it's going to... I can't believe I've been going. I just figured I'd come on for a little bit. But now, I mean, Steve, you got in here, and now I actually have a conversation. And then people plop along. I do miss good conversation. That's why I'm so glad we've reacquainted. Such as this. And perhaps even that will change in the near future. Hard to say. But so do you have any streams tonight, or you just taking it and that's it for the day, and then tomorrow you're doing the answer back to the birds. Back to the birds. I'm gonna go see the birds. In a very short period of time. Just kicking it? Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I just figured since I've been going nuts. Because like I said, my numbers have been doing a lot better than I've seen them because of my actual actions rather than, just kind of sitting there going, move. Come on, give me a subscriber. Did you do anything? No. Give me a subscriber anyway. No. But I mean, let me keep a track. And it's been going. I'm hoping that if I can get to 10,000 subscribers, and I will get to 10,000 subscribers, mark my words. At that point, I should be able to make kind of a living wage. That's the guess. We'll have to see. Because from my long form videos, it's like, hey, you're lucky if you get 100 views on those. But on these, I'm getting 50 in 20 minutes. I'm getting 50 views per 20 minutes for a live stream, which pays just a little bit less than the actual long form format. So I keep going on this. 96 hour, fast, recently completed. See? You say good things ahead. There are good things ahead for all of us. Don't you feel optimistic? I do. So there was this girl with a wooden eye. And she was attracted to this guy. She's at a dance. And she's attracted to this one guy in the corner, and the guy in the corner's got buck teeth. And so she gets up the nerve, and she goes up to the guy, and she goes, would you mind dancing with me? And the guy's like, wow, she's really hot. I'm so excited. And he goes, would I? And then she gets angry, and she goes, buck teeth. Not on? Is this thing on? Would I? Fuck. See, it's all perspective. She thought she was getting jilted and made fun of, but in actuality, no, it's bad. I have to explain the joke. If I have to explain the joke, it's terrible. I'm just not good at this. And yet, enunciate? Good Lord. Enunciate. What's the difference between enunciate and enunciate? Enunciate is bigger. Would I? Oh, man. Hey. I see this. Hey, see this right here? This is empty. I'm gonna have to remedy that. I don't have the flamethrower equipment that you do, Mr. Cutler. That thing comes on when you're streaming. It's like, And then, the flames shoot into the air. You guys should check out Steve Cutler live stream. He brings out this flamethrower. It's a heck of a show. Judges would say 10 out of 10 for sheer articulation ability, as opposed to particulation, which I believe is blowing everything into bits, right? Particulizing. Yeah. That look good to you? That look any good? There's that bottom of the barrel. I can never tell. It smells like Fruity Pebbles, though. And if it smells like Fruity Pebbles, well, that's a smell out of Mother Nature, right? Back the old Sherlock. Your old Sherlock Holmes pipe. See, now I'm starting to get a little more ballsy, because when monetization first came on, they have all of these questionnaires saying, are you swearing on it? Are you referencing drugs or alcohol or anything like that? In which case, click the thing. Now I'm a little, birds are lighter dinosaurs. Yeah, that's right. That they're, that the skeletal, excuse me, it's a good state. The genealogy, the genetics is actually that they evolved from a bird-like creature and then into dinosaurs, which is kind of cool. But I'm glad birds aren't really that big now, because, I mean, they're big enough now. You ever get close to one of those pigeons in New York? They're huge. Same thing with, and squirrels in Boston, they're like little Wolverines. They have little freaking, they got little, the claws for climbing the tree, but it's like, those are dangerous, I'm telling you. And I got up close because I was trying to take a picture of it, and I'm like, holy, this squirrel could mess me up. If I got on this squirrel's bad side, I am squirrel meat. Is that a thing, squirrel meat? I can never tell. Now, are birds lighter than squirrels? I think that depends on the squirrel and the bird. Like an ostrich? I've never seen an ostrich in real life. You think you're live stream for a minute or 20? 20. I mean, just saying. Do that. Come on, everyone go over to Steve Cutler's live stream. I'll go over. I'm kind of done. I'm gonna smoke. Let's do a little. Your pedals are hooked up? Are they your resuscitation pedals? Like anytime the show starts to go bad, do you just hit it clear? Oh, the show's back. Okay, I'm just being a goofy again. So yeah, Toto, you should really check out Steve Cutler live, and he's going on live very soon. I don't know if you saw the other day, I did a stream before yours, and the title of it was Catch Steve Cutler. So and so that was I let everyone in. Well, not everyone, but I let a couple people in. Attic view of the neighborhood. That's where they kept me. They kept me in the attic, and I looked out. Keep yapping. Well, I can keep yapping. I got the gift of gab. A gabby goo goo. So a guy goes into this bar. He goes, "Hey, bartender, I bet you $100 I can sing out my butt." And the bartender goes, "I don't believe you. It's a bet." Puts the $100 on the bar. The guy who came in, he jumps on top of the bar, pulls down his pants, and poops all over the place. The bartender looks at him horrified and goes, "Why did you do that?" And he goes, "I was clearing my throat." I laugh at my own jokes. Oh, it's so sad. They know high lows. That was I used to deal at the casino up the road at Mohegan Sun, and that was one of the games we had to learn. It's high low. Like they had novelties. I learned blackjack and roulette, and then but everyone had to take novelties. So if you ever sent to pit five, you really hated it because they were slow, but it was high low. They know high lows, and that's how it ran. And I got employee of the month there twice, and then the world came crashing down. It's all right because we managed. We got here. We made it. We're winners. Even though when they're talking about me, they pronounce it as wiener. I'm still a winner. So that's what I'm saying. So all right, here's before Steven Cutler has his stream up and running. Let me run down what's going to be going on. I'll be having a stream. That'll be after 10 tonight, and that'll be with the legendary Sparky. We'll be on for about 10 to half an hour. And then I'm going to be releasing my AI video in the next few days. And what a mess it is. But I think you might find it interesting because it's all AI and it's bizarre. And I tried to make a story, I think unsuccessfully, but we'll see. You know, working with AI has its ups and its downs. And its downs is that AI is ridiculously stupid. And they have no idea. Even if you spell it out for them, they're going to be, oh, I'll do this. I don't know. Everyone's saying it's already put people out of work, but at the same time, it doesn't really work. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And then we have, I got the third part of the Enchanted Forest or the Enchanted Orchard Renaissance Fair video going up. And then we have some more live stuff coming up, and that'll be later in the month, which you may have heard me talking to Steve about, where we're actually going to get some lawn performances, and we're going to start shooting some skits, and we're going to start putting some great stuff together. And so that's something to look forward to. And so that's what's going on. And that's it. I guess I'm out of stuff to pontificate, really. I mean, I think I just burnt my hair a little. You know when you smell that burning hair? No, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Boston tea for swimmers. Boston tea for swimmers. Wouldn't it be Boston? Boston tea for swimmers. There's no R's. Swimmers. You see the swimmers over there. They're swimming in that Boston tea over there. You see those swimmers? They're really sucking that tea down, aren't they? Because they all poured it in the ocean. I guess it's better to swim in. You pour the tea into the water. Not water. Water. And then you go swimming in it. And then you get a nice, essentially it's like the entire ocean, metaphorically speaking, is teabagging you. So how's that for, we're funning with inference. Oh, yes, we are. There's nothing wrong with a little fun with your inference. You might be implying something, but you're inferring it as well. Or you're inferring it, and you poop yourself. I'm pretty sure I just pooped myself. I didn't even sneeze this time. I just kind of like plopped on that. That's a lie. I'm making stuff up as I go along. He told me to keep going, and so I'm like, tap, tap, tap. Okay, come on, stretch it out, Kevin. It's like the lead act. The lead act is warming up in the green room, and he's going, no, stretch it. He's got to tune up first. Okay, I'll stretch it again. Ah. So now I tell you what. You know what? You've helped me out recently. How about I'll give you some stuff from my actual book here, because some of it's pretty funny. Let's see. Some of it is. What would you think perfection is for you? There's a question. And someone wrote single stroke efficiency. And I'm like, single stroke efficiency? I guess that would be a sort of. She's on the fourth marriage. You know that for a fact? Wow. Boy, she got around, didn't she? I mean, I don't know why she would actually stick in with that relationship, too. If you don't stick with one, you're probably not going to stick with two. Hey, can you imagine if someone's semen could start the zombie apocalypse? You know, like, so you'd have, like, semen apocalypse. It's like, or the premise would be like, cursed sperm animates a bed sheet into a killer blanket. So you'd be dodging semen in, like, bullet time from the Matrix, where it's just like, that was her second marriage. That's before she got into the ST demons. That last bit. I'm thinking something's going to come from that. None of these are any good. That's okay, though. A vote for Kevin is a vote for Chi. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, Steve Cutler's on. All right, I'm going over to Steve Cutler. Hope to see you there, Toto. Thank you very much for hanging out, guys. Bit.